Good morning, folks. Hi, Phil McPhail here. Come along with me today. We're going to take a look at 38 acres of wilderness forest land in an off-grid location in the town of Brownville. We're currently unloading our trailers here at Wildwoods Restaurant and Trailside Cabins. We're going to stop and talk to the owner here at some time today and give you a little tour of this property while we're over here. Let's go for a short snowmobile ride, then we're going to take a snowshoe hike through the woods and look at this property that's got nice forest, hardwood trees, beaver pond, brook, nice elevations, nice spot, trail access to both ATV and snowmobile trails. Let's go for a ride on the sleds and check it out. Okay, we've arrived here at the property on Smith Road in Brownville. And this is Smith Road. It's a snow sled trail here in the wintertime. We're gonna strap on some snowshoes, go for a hike on this. And as you can see along the road here, we got some beautiful hardwood, quite a bit of white birch, mixed in with some maple, some cherries, some poplar, a little bit of everything growing here. And this, like I said earlier, hasn't been timber harvested in many years, so it's got some nice trees on it. Let's go for a walk. We're going to walk through the property. We're eventually going to get down to the beaver pond and the little stream that runs through it. So come on, let's go. We're just getting started in here, and I meant to mention to you out on Smith Road, there's about 1,300 feet of frontage on Smith Road. And Smith Road is a private road. Obviously, it's not plowed here in the wintertime. If you wanted to plow in here, you could. It'd be quite a ways. It's about 1.5 miles in from Lakeview Road, and this is a private road system, but deeded right away to the property. Before we keep on going, folks, don't forget, like and share this video with your friends, and if you would, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new videos that we put out. Put on all those notifications and you'll be updated immediately when we launch a new video. Talk a little bit about the timber on this lot here in Smith Road in Brownville. Mostly it's hardwood, the vast majority of it, although we do have some nice hemlock in here, some beautiful spruce, some pretty large specimens of those. We've got beech, yellow birch, white birch, red maple. I can see all those from right where I'm standing. It's a very nice lot. You got some poplar in here, as I mentioned earlier. I'm guessing from the size of these trees, they're anywhere from 4 inches in diameter at breast height to, more than 15 to 18 inches, that this was probably timber harvested in the 1980s would be my guess, maybe middle to latter part of those 80s. No stumps are still visible, but it's easy for us to walk through, well spaced out, growing well. The soils here are good, and we'll talk about those in a little bit, but it's a nice piece of property. For those of you who don't like to see timber harvest on the land you're looking to buy, you better check this one out. We're down here getting close to the beaver pond now, and there's a very quick transition from the land from hardwood into softwood along the edge of the pond, which is fairly typical anytime you find a water source here in Maine. That's nothing unusual. The soils here are going to go from really good soil to probably not so good down by the pond, because you're going to have more hydric soils. The soils on the property are primarily pasted, howland, and panquist rocky loams. They're great for growing trees. The trees seem to be growing very well here. They could grow agricultural crops if you cleared the rocks from them and cleared the trees, obviously. But this is good soil, but primarily up on the hardwood areas is really good for all kinds of uses. But let's keep on walking. We're going to go down, check out the beaver pond and see what that has to offer. Well, we've arrived down here at the beaver pond, folks, and this is a pretty good size area. This is the headwaters of Alder Stream, and it kind of forms up in the hills out of springs to the north of us here. Runs down through the property for about 800 feet, and then eventually runs into Alder Stream. Beautiful little habitat here. It'd be a great place to see moose, ducks and geese, deer hanging around the edges. Beautiful place, very quiet back here. We're a couple miles from the nearest road of any significance. It's a very, very peaceful place. If you were able to build a driveway back here, it'd be a great place to put a little getaway cabin. I'm over here by one of the largest beaver houses you're likely to see around. I've seen them bigger, but not a whole lot. Beaver house is here. We're on the other end of the lot, heading kind of southerly. The beaver dam is right behind me here, and you can kind of see that line in the snow, and the stream runs out of the center and off the property just beyond the beaver dam. So we're going to go back up and check out the forest on this side of the property. We just came off the beaver pond, heading back towards the road, and wanted to discuss the elevation change here and the topography of the land. The beaver pond sets at about 510 feet above sea level, and it kind of gently rolls uphill. Actually, the first 400 or 500 feet off the pond is the biggest elevation change. You'll see that on the topographic map. And then back at the road, we get about 590 feet of elevation. I wouldn't be concerned anywhere on this property other than right along the edge of the pond and the stream about any kind of flooding. This property has all kinds of potential building sites. The taxes on this run about $434 a year, and it's not in tree growth. If you wanted to get the taxes less, we could talk, and you can discuss that with me when you call me. Put that in the program. But what that means is you can pretty much build anywhere you want without any hassle. And you know, overall, the roll of the land is very gentle. It's an easy place to walk through. As you've seen here, it's actually a pleasure to walk through this forest. It's not as dense as a younger growth, and you've got a lot of mixed age wood in here, so it's really a pretty piece of property. We'll keep on going back to the road. Folks, you often ask me, how's the cell service? Well, right here, I've got 3 bars of LTE through US Cellular, so excellent. I've had several calls here today and had no trouble with them. I've been able to upload and send photos back to the map on the software program that we use, so it's working really good. I think you can get by with just cellular. However, for those of you who are not familiar, Starlink is available here in the state of Maine, and it is excellent. Fast service. It's about $120 a month for the internet service, but it's really fast. It's as fast as a lot of your hardline speeds that you're going to find in most of our towns here in the state, or faster than many. So just thought you might want to know that. Make a note. We'll keep on looking. Back up here at the snowmobiles on Smith Road, and let's talk about the location here in Brownville. This property is located about 45 miles from the city of Bangor, 43 miles to the airport there. The nearest service town is Milo, and that's about 8 miles away. There's grocery stores, restaurants, gas, and other conveniences. Dover Foxcroft's another 12-15 miles away. That has larger stores. That's the county seat of Piscataquis County. The nearest exit to I-95 is in Howland, and that's about 27 miles from here. And Boston is about 260 miles and about a 5-hour drive, just short of 5 hours, right to the property. We're back here now, and we've loaded up our sleds, and let's talk a little more about the area and what you might find to do while you're here in Brownville. This is like the perfect base camp for all off-grid, all outdoor activities, from fishing, hiking. We've got Schoodic Lake 3 miles from the property. That's a 7,000 plus acre lake, almost 200 feet deep, crystal clear glacial water, and some big trout and salmon in that lake. Sebec Lake isn't too far from here, another huge lake. We've got the 100-mile wilderness of the Appalachian Trail within 25 minutes drive from here. Moosehead Lake is about 40 minutes from here. So, you know, the North Maine Woods, Baxter State Park, you're in the middle of everything. This is a great location if you love the outdoors. Thanks again for coming along and looking at this beautiful property here in Brownville. Let's wrap it up with the price. The price on this property, $65,000. The taxes, $434, not in tree growth. There's about 1,300 feet along Smith Road and about 800 feet on the brook and the beaver pond. If you have any questions, call and ask for a property information packet. It can either be emailed or mailed to you. And the phone number is 800-286-6164. Looking forward to your call. Come on over and take a look at this property with me as soon as you can.